Hey guys, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training, and Enzo, the four and a half month old Dobie. Enzo's got a very good luring foundation because of the other trainer that's working him, and he's going to go back and work with him. We unwrapped his ears, and dealing with the ears, he lives away from him, so we can't deal with that. But they're halfway standing up. They're looking halfway good, huh, buddy? Come on. Good boy. Enzo, good boy. Nice. Good. So food is a good motivator for him. He's got the luring wired. He's going to follow the lure. We've got that to work with for the rest of his life, right? We've also got installed the clicker. He knows that sound means that food's coming. So now you have that to be able to work. It's been installed, right? See how easy that is once you've got, and this is why we do it. When I do my training, I always build the dog with food first, clicker, then I go to yes, and then I use all these other little things that I'm using in the way I build my dogs that create a certain monster. And what that means, I want a dog that listens to what he's being told, pays attention, and understands the play of the game. So like this right here, watch this. Enzo now has a pinch collar on, by the way. The reason we're wearing a pinch, so he gets used to it. We're not using it much. Maybe tap tap for going to the ground for the food. Maybe a right about turn every now and then to teach him to pay attention to me, but there's not going to be any major amount, but he's going to grow into needing a pinch collar. That being the case, if he starts young and he has positive associations, like when the pinch collar goes on, we go bye-bye, right? Good boy. We have something to work with. But what I've been working with, because I know he's going back to the other trainer to work with him for a while more, is giving him what he needs to go to the next stage. What is that? Dog's name, Enzo. Yep, with that pause, right? So the dog starts learning to listen and pay attention to that. Dog's name means something's coming. And we're going to tie that together with all kinds of other things, like explosion release. Enzo? Yep. And there's a time level involved. 1001, 1002, whatever it may be, there's a consistent time level the dog can pick up on, so I have that to build on too. Because we're going to build into time level. Enzo, up, good. Good. Notice how much that's already installed. All this hand signals, body language into the luring. Enzo, down. Enzo, down. Nope, down. Good. Now the reason he's hesitating is because I've been backing off the down. I've been going into the sit. I'm trying to get him to understand the stay and the longevity involved with that on time level. So stay. Nope. Sit. Stay. Good. So notice what I'm doing. Good. There's a time level involved with that, with another pattern. Distraction, right? What am I doing? I'm looking like an idiot. But he starts picking up on that, and he knows. Good. There's a time level involved with that. I'm starting to install a time level that I can grow as time goes along and get him to understand that. Good. And what we call this is clocking. I'll go around, stop. Good, and always feed the dog to the center line, wherever he's at, and always give him his food in the center. So he's got the down wired, down, good. And he knows he's gonna wait for the food on the down. But what happens is anticipation sets in, that first sign of learning, and he starts anticipating something he knows. I see. Nope, no, I see, good boy, good. There you go, good. So because of that, he's going to want to start dropping into the down, because that's the first one we start with. When we start teaching him the pause levels, the time levels, putting the food between his legs to ground him, teaching him an action, which is the down, good. And then, of course, he's going to anticipate that, and he's going to start dropping into that down. So we don't want that. What we want is we want the dog to understand he's got to listen. So this is what he's learning right now, good. With that pause level, I did this last night. It was the first time I did this and started to accent staying in the sit position versus going into the down. Because I knew that he had already been learning the down because he was anticipating it so much and doing it, which says he's learned it, and now I need to grow the dog. What am I going to do? I'm going to grow into my stays by using the sit stay or a down stay and start accenting both of those with my table. And then notice that pause. Good, all right? so that you have that. And let me go do it one more time. This time I'm going to do an explosion release off of it. Stay. Nope. Sit. Stay. Notice what happened. I caused that on purpose. I showed him the food, then I moved. Nope. Good. And look how many things he's having to deal with right now that he's learning from. The no marker, the pause, the staying and waiting, right? Learning to wait. Impulse control is being built in here right now, all the time. Good. Enzo? Yep. Good. Dog's name, pause. A lot of that. In the next week or so, that's what I would be doing if it was with me. He's going back with the other trainer right now, though, which is fine. He's going to go get his ears wrapped again. Good. Enzo? Good. Enzo? Yep. Good boy. Nope. Come on. Come on. There you go. Good boy. Good. And the pinch is on him, but you don't see me jerking. And if I do, it's a little taps. I don't need much. He just needs to be familiar with it, get used to what it feels like, so that I can use it as he grows into needing to use it, right? Good, which will be more when he gets a little bit older, more mature. His brain starts to develop a little bit more maturity-wise. Yes, good boy. Good. Enzo, good. Enzo, yep. Good. Really accenting that pause. Enzo, nope. Nope, good. And all I did was I stopped him with a little nope, and my wrist kind of went like this. Good. Yep. Real light. We don't need to be using this as a major correction tool. There's no reason for it. But we want him to grow into that collar, so we want him wearing it so he gets familiar with it, gets used to it, and then we have it to use if we want to. We need to, right? But again, everybody wants to think that the tool is so severe. It's all about the operator. I don't need to be severe with it. I know that it works. It's just causing a little bit more discomfort, and now I have something to tell him, nope, that's not the right answer, right? Good. Good. Gonna start working with our spinning. Good. Remember, we want to go both ways, right? We don't want to just go one way. Nope. Nope. Yeah, good boy, good. All I did was gave him a no marker and waited him out. Didn't need to give him a correction. Other than the no marker just means you didn't do it right? Good, Enzo. Good boy, good. Enzo? Yep, good boy, good. And he's picking up on it. He's hearing his name. He knows something's going to happen. There's the explosion, and there's a time level that you're setting into that, right? That's what's important right now in his learning and development, because that's going to tie into a bunch of other things that I need. Enzo, down. Nope, nope. Good. Notice how I did the same type of a flow pattern. But that time it wasn't the explosion release. That time it was a down. Enzo, down. Good, there you go, see it? And now he would start to get accented off of that. Now he's gonna start learning to pay attention, because it could be a explosion release, it could be a down, it could be a come, it could be a finish. All kinds of things can happen. Movement. Dog's name, preparatory to any action, any movement is how we work the dog, right? This creates a certain type of a mental processing within the dog that we're able to use. So now when the dog hears his name, he keys into it and his gears are already ready to respond to whatever command that may be. It's kind of a cheat. Nope, sit, Aussie, sit, nope, sit. Yeah, good boy, good. Good, he didn't want to sit, so tap till he finally did, reaffirming the word again and again so he hears that word. Good boy. Enzo, and he's sitting back on his head. There you go, good. His haunches, way back. I don't want him doing that, so I didn't give him any food until I pulled him up. Right when he got to the right spot, I clicked for it. Boy, Enzo, down. Oh, good boy. So he's ready to start that pause level into the explosion release, and then throw in a down every now and then, an explosion release into the down. So the time level, boom, something's happened. That's going to get you some speed on your commands. Enzo. Good boy, good. Enzo? Yep, good boy, good. And it's already working. I can see the dog's gears start turning when he hears his name. That's what I want. I want the dog to say something's coming, to look at me, to be preparatory, like a coiled spring, right? He knows something's happening right when he hears it, boing, right? Whatever it may be. That's how we get the speed in our behaviors. As long as ants, ants, ants. And as long as you're consistent, the dog will learn it, right? All right, so now, yeah, what I'm going to do is start trying to get him to go without me pushing his body. Yeah. Good. And then both ways. Good. Right away I clicked, he's not on the bowl anymore, but I'm going to start doing a little bend so I can get him to do it without me pushing the body. He's smart enough. He understands his back end awareness is there enough that I can get him to do it, and we'll just grow the dog into that aspect too. I don't need to keep pushing him. I need to grow the dog all the time, asking for a little bit more, and proficiency in what we're asking of him within our building blocks, right? Each building. At first it started with pushing, and then it goes to just luring into my quarter turns, which was this one. That teaches him to go over. Now this is a very positive spot for him, right? Right next to my body, right? On that quarter turn, luring, right? We're luring him into that quarter turn. So we can do a bunch of those. So he starts learning the pivot, but we want to make sure we balance it out. We got to have him going both ways. Good. I like his draw for food. That gives us a lot to work with. Good. 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 Now back to Enzo. Good boy. Good, Enzo. Yep. Good boy. Good. There you go. Explosion, right? But it's predicated. It's fostered with that nice little pause and then boom, right? Because that's going to go into our pauses, into our other actions, our downs, our comes, our finish. They're all going to be like that till the dog learns to really pay attention and listen, watch, pay attention. Enzo? Yes, good boy. You see that head go? Right when that head got back to me, I said yes, marked it, and I moved, right? So that he understands that every time he hears his name, something's coming. As we build, he'll start learning it's not always going to be the same thing. That's kind of why we're doing the down and the sit. Good. Good boy. Good. All right, good. He'll be ready to start going into the look game here pretty quick. We're going to add that into our patterns of 2s and 3s, right? Those 3 exercises. Enzo. Good, Enzo. Yep. Good boy, good. There you go. Good boy. Good boy, Enzo. All right, now we're going to go back to our other one. Good boy. So if you're watching, you see some definite patterns, right? Pattern sets, as I call them. Nope. Good, Enzo. Good, Enzo. Down. Hup. Oh, good boy, good. I got to try to get him to understand the explosion is going to come into that as well, right? He's not paying attention. He's a lot young right now, but he'll get it. I see. Good. Good boy. We got to keep conveying the thoughts to the dog until we can hinge into it. We hinge into that same type of concepts that are based on some of the others into this command. And so, down. Oh, good boy. Good. Nope. Come on. Nope. Come on. I'm going to rob him of food because he's not down it fast enough. So I've got to try to figure out how do I do a flow of pattern sets from a sit to explosion, and then this whole pattern set that I'm working on within my work to convey to him that I want him to do it faster. Right? Good. Yep. Good boy, Enzo. Good. Enzo. Down. Oh, good boy. Good. Good boy. All right, you stay. See if he does this or not. He's so used to having the same pattern set. More distance is going to add more to your 3Ds, right? More distance. We haven't really got him to understand the 3Ds totally yet, but we will. All right, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training, signing off.